Okay, hello. All right. Ah, shit. You're watching Let's Paint TV. I'm your host, Mr. Let's Paint. Uh, all right, I've somewhat in a ruined state, so I think I'm going to cancel out some of this stuff here. Let's Paint TV. Thanks again for watching the show. Award-winning show on painting. Lots of awards we have received. Actually, we have not received one, and probably deservingly so. We will not receive ever, or it sure feels like one will not receive anything from the powers that be or granting organizations. It feels as if that may never happen, but we will keep trying. Every once in a while we will try. Every once in a while we try. We try. But it is tricky to be providing the sort of the rawness of the existence of one's practice, and not necessarily package or put a bow and tie, wrap it, present it in such a way to ever receive any kind of such accolades or designation or monies. The monies that are put out there by various organizations that are supporting the arts, that support the arts, or whatever organization it may be. Being an artist and then being asked to package yourself edit and make yourself look better, better suited, basically there's no room for the failure. There is no room for mistakes. How are you going to be able to ever get any kind of acceptance? Hats tipped to your way when it is when you are involved in a practice of the experimentation. It doesn't work. It doesn't compute, does it? It doesn't have any. It seems as if you are wasting everyone's time. It does. Yours and mine. You're wasting yours and mine time. You ever hear that? But that's just that is just it. One should. Again, and I don't mean to be, I'm not full on, looking for that word, contrarian. I'm not a nonstop contrarian. I'm not a nonstop. I don't. Well, but I do have some layovers in the contrarian mode, for sure. I do spend time there. I do take excursions there, but that again. So what I'm pointing out is, if you're gonna ever succeed in convincing the powers that be of your worthiness as an artist, as a human being, then what do you have to do? You have to package yourself and make yourself, clean yourself up, present yourself. Go through the hoops and hurdles. And that kind of goes against the very nature of being an artist. So it's conflicting. It's frustrating. But that's the safe way. That is the conventional way of doing things. But being an artist is not being conventional. So why are we celebrating conventional norms? Or why do we put all of our eggs, all of our energies into these developments of the creative spirit? Where is the risk? Where is your risk? Anyway, it's just a thought. It's no real answer. No real answer to it. I don't have an answer. There's many answers. There's many reasons, many excuses, and of course, we are entitled. We are supposed to break the rules and explore, experiment, to fail. But again, if you're going to try to fit in with an established corporation entity that supports the arts, good luck. Good luck on getting any money from them. Good luck with that. Lord knows I keep trying. One day it might happen. But time is running out. should be interesting to see what kind of the listing of artists that do receive monies from organizations, and just see sort of how grant art organizations, businesses, corporations, government, put them on that side of the ledger, and then put the people that never receive shit, and see what kind of work we're going up with. Okay, obviously there's a lot. Okay, over here there's going to be a lot of shitty stuff that wouldn't and shouldn't get any kind of support because it's just shitty, right? Whatever shitty means, it's over there. But and then there's also that other over here. This is kind of the shit over here that did get a lot of it. It could be. I'm not saying. There's a percentage of stuff over here that is safe shit, that is got all the bows and whistles and presented. You know, art is not always presenting your work as if it's always going to be in the museum, natural history museum, like it's a diorama. It's or presenting it in a framed various scenarios as if it's historical. It has this some sort of presence. Art is not always about that. Anyway, that is over here always. So it'd be interesting to see the works, the artists that receive the monies, and the artists over here that don't. And is there a crossover? Is there shitty work over here? Is there shitty work over here? The answer is yes to both. Is there good work over here? Is there good work over here? The answer is yes to both. Now, how do we get some of the money over to this side that is somehow rubs these people the wrong way, but these people who are giving out the money need to find a way to look over here to help out some of this? But maybe that's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. In fact, it probably should. In fact, you probably shouldn't give me any money. You shouldn't give me any money. Because I'm just a fuck up. I'm just a fuck up. Don't give me the money. Don't give me the money. No. Oh no. No, because I didn't cross the T's, I didn't fucking dot the I's. Don't give me the money. Don't give me the money. Give the money to the person who dotted the T's and crossed the I's. Because they played by the rules. And art should be played by the rules, shouldn't it? All right, I don't really got nothing else to say about that except for clearly I have a lot to say, or I have a frustrated response to those kind of presentations. But anyway, that's just that is sort of the nature of the beast, I suppose. There's really not much as much as one would try to eat, seek out other forms of thought or processes or again, it's these establishments. It's who is running these operations. These are people that are basically administrators who have the final say. Now, of course, if I were to ever receive a grant or any money from one of these kind of entities, then my whole my whole frustration towards them would evaporate. So obviously, then I would not have a bone to pick. But I do sense, I do feel, and I think it is a frustration for many people, and it has a lot to do with so many other factors. There is a shitload of art out there and artists, and as such, you have the clamoring, and the it's just by the nature of physics or supply and demand or you know, the sperm, the lucky sperm that gets to the egg. It is one of these kind of deals. Survival of the fittest. And that all plays a part, again, in the picking or the selecting of art that becomes represented as such, as celebrated as this is deemed art. You are deemed an artist. You are part of our group of artists. You are a group of safe artists. You are not going to rock the boat. We will give you money now. We will reward you with shitloads of money so that you can keep making your safe ass art so you don't rock the boat. And so we as a corporation feel better about ourselves helping out artists as long as you don't rock the boat, as long as you don't question what it is to be an artist, to be a human being. As long as you don't rock the boat. So grant money is basically hush money. Grant money is money to keep you happy, to shut you up so that you are not on the edge. And so that you ultimately are not making interesting artwork anymore because you have been paid off. It's a thought. Could be the case. And maybe not. Maybe it's not the case. But it could. It's a thought. It's my thought. And I'm entitled to it. More so, it's just probably me being more frustrated in the idea that I can't, because I'm such a lame-ass artist, I suck, that I cannot ever receive one of these grants. That is ultimately the real story here. I can handle that. I'm well aware that that's probably the case. I'm laughing, but I'm also crying. But I will keep trying. I will keep trying as sour puss as I can be, or I am. Each and every time I receive these rejections, I do they're fighting words. They are fuel for fire. It keeps me going. It keeps me trying. Maybe at some point I give up on these various grants or opportunities to receive money, but in the end, I still keep coming and keep trying, and you never know. But I think it is a combination of a lot of things, and definitely, I'm pretty certain that it has as much to do with my somewhat lame presentation style, my approach to being an artist, to making art. I'm well aware of that, and that might have mostly everything to do with the whole decision, or it's just entirely wrong. I'm applying. You know what it is? I could be wrongly applying to some of these scenarios, these grants. You know, like if I was applying for grant money to do research on insects having sex, you know, like I have no qualifications to do that, and yet I apply, and of course I get rejected. It almost seems as if that's what I have been doing in terms of applying for these grants in art. It almost seems like I'm just, it's out of my league. But it is interesting to see how that works, and ultimately, a lot of grants are given because there are their friends. The friends give it to their friends who have connections. That's really sort of the sad state of grants, of awarding of money. And since I have no friends, then hence no grant money to me. Since I don't play by the game, I don't play by the rules, whatever rules they are. Apparently there are some rules, and apparently I'm not hitting all the right notes, and I have no friends because I stir up the dirt too much. I guess I'm not a safe enough artist. And why is that? Why am I not a safe enough artist? Because I question it. I question what art is. I question my own inner sanctum. Is that too dangerous? Is that too dangerous for you? The fact that I'm willing to make a piece of shit art because I'm still battling that very instance of the process of art, is that dangerous to you as an entity, as an organization that celebrates art? Is that what it is? Is that what it comes down to? I suspect it could be. Too much of an oddball. But you know the danger of organizations that reward money to artists is, again, the placation, the status quo of art that is created, the safety net that you've created, the buffer zone of art. And that, my friends, is not a good thing. That is not a good state of art. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Probably Maybe we shouldn't even be giving out money to artists. That's probably what it should be done. That's what it should be. Because I didn't get any money. All right. Now, this all could be resolved if once I ever receive any money. But again, I don't have any friends, or I only have friends on Facebook, and that's not qualified as a friend. Ultimately, I don't like hang out and eat dinner with you all and converse about art and shit like that. So I don't have any friends, and also my work is maybe it's too safe. That's what it is. It's not confrontational enough. Maybe that's what it is, or just the work sucks. And I'll grant you that. If there was one grant that I do deserve, it is the grant that my work sucks. But that is, again, part of the part and participle of my existence as an artist. See, and hence, if you were, you would, that is valid. That is a valid point. I have a valid point. So you need to send me the grant money ASAP. Send that money to, you can PayPal it, John at jhdftyk.com. Is it valid? What I do, is it valid? Am I a valid artist? Am I worthy of a grant as an artist? When I talk about failure, when I don't succeed, is grant money only for people that are little mouses that make little meek sounds that progressively go slow like a turtle towards their destination safely without any bumps? And the bumps that they do create or are part of politically correct, established genres of revolution or contention towards society. But if you're fighting your own fight of thought, I guess there's no room. There's no room for you in the Hotel Rwanda. Hotel California, the hotel, the art hotel. There's no room for you. Anyway, I think it's kind of important to talk about it because I think as much as I am always annoyed when I get rejected from various grants that I apply for, and this is year in, year out. I never receive a grant from various organizations, and I think it's good to voice one's frustration, to question how these places operate or how they can operate, how it could be a combination of the organizational, administrative safety net of some sort in conjunction with friends and family, kind of sort of insider trading, if you will. I think the part that pisses me off, though, about it all, knowing when you find out that it is slightly, at times, I've heard this at least on one case, the awarding of a grant because they knew who they were, buddies. I guess what's annoying is the idea that you are somehow, you have a chance. It's like getting a job, looking for a job, applying for a job, and they put it out that they're going to hire, they open it up for everyone that this job is opening. It's an opening job. When they already know who they're going to hire. All right. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on the whole subject. I'm not going to stop being who I am. I'm not going to change, and I guess as such, why should I, what should I expect then, But like I said, I think it's good to voice one's beef, one's frustration with these entities. And again, if we put the artist that receive grants and monies on this side and artists that don't, what kind of works come from both sides, it will be surprisingly interesting that I bet you a lot of great work is over here that never received any artists, never received any grant money, any money from organization, institutions, governments. So there is no, I guess the frustrating part is it sure would have been nice. It sure would be nice to get that money, but it will come and go, and money does come and go, and in the end, it doesn't, we're going to die. So, in that sense, but while we're still alive, we do need to find a way to sustain what we try to do or what we're doing. So, and in that sense, I am fortunate, I guess, because I feel as if maybe it's a higher being of some sort that is backing me up. And maybe that is really the more important story here, that I will survive. I will continue on in making art that questions. Maybe it questions authority, potentially, hopefully, maybe just a little bit. And again, it is not within the guidelines of what is necessarily commonplace in the aspects of what's put out there. I am somewhat, I feel, somewhat on an island. This creativity island, and I'm yelling. I'm not part of any group, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not a part of any politics, art politics. That a club. And again, that's probably why I don't ever get any backing from anybody, because I am sort of in this fight myself. And I think that's sad in the sense that I have to think that, because I know that I do have support. I know I have support from a handful of you, and more people than a lot of times I can imagine or am aware of. So I know I have your backing, at least some of you, or at least I have a the with the gloves on. What's that? People kind of keeping me at a arm's length distance, but they're aware of what I'm doing or what I try to do here, or not. And maybe it's just my own thoughts going awry. Okay, so when in doubt, we paint here on Let's Paint TV, and I'm working on these paintings right here. And you're welcome to. I'm kind of fucking up this painting, basically. I am fucking it up, and because I am fucking it up, right? I'm fucking up this painting, and I'm failing. I'm doing it on TV right now. So there's nothing worthy about what I'm doing. All we want from us artists, is success and certainty. Yeah, that's what we want, right? We want to reward you for your success and your certainty and your cleverness. We want to reward you for your awesomeness of how wonderfully talented you are. We're going to give you props. Well, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Don't you feel good about yourself now? But art, creativity, is about uncertainty. It's about the unknown, and it's about failure. It's about discovering new things. And you're not going to discover shit, or not much, and only incrementally are you going to discover anything new by ways of playing it safe and crossing the T's and dotting the I's. We need more questionable stuff out there, more crazy stuff as artists. We need to do more stuff with that. We got to stop being so damn safe. Having said that, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So great. Let's paint, and probably questioning everything I said, which is good. You know what'd be fun is about maybe 10 years from now, no, 20 years, like I'm on my deathbed, I watch what I've been talking about. Oh my God. I'd probably be looking back and I go, oh, poor guy. He was so frustrated there. He was not enlightened. I was not enlightened back then, back in those days. It would be fun too is to hear yourself talking like then 20 years, again, like myself now, hear myself talking 20 years prior, which of course there wasn't that much, there wasn't such a preponderance of that kind of stuff out there because of there was no internet, and they had VHS tapes and stuff like that. Would be interesting to. Apparently, yeah, I am not worthy, and that's all right. I'm okay. I am fine with being a little bit confused or wrong, or people thinking whatever they want to think about me. I'm fine with that. I'm just being I'm trying to be somewhat honest, I guess. Self-serving, sure. Maybe I am trying to outsmart everyone too. I guess there's that element. But I'm also well aware that of my faults, of my failures, of my frustration. Well aware of that, and my struggles. And I guess as such, that is not worthy, again, of any grant money for me being honest of who I am and what I'm trying to do. Money's success is really more about the perception of greatness, and it either is great or it is perceived to be great, and something that is perceived to be great, or someone who is perceived to be great may not necessarily sustain that. It's hard to stay great. It's hard to be always great. It's hard to always be making great things and to be a great human being maybe all the time, or continue. The ups and downs is definitely evident. But I'm well aware of those things, of my own issues. At least I'm somewhat aware. Maybe I'm denying. I guess I am denying something. And I don't know. I think it might not be a bad idea to deny a few things in your life. I don't eat a whole box of ice cream every day. In fact, I deny myself from that. Even though I sure do like the taste of ice cream, I don't eat it non-stop, as much as maybe my taste buds may want to. All right, I'm cleaning up my palette. That is going to be the first start here. What I do love about making art, and particularly painting, what do I love about it? It's a good question. I do love it. I gotta say, I love getting lost in the painting or the art. And in a sense, me talking to you guys is, I would say it is sort of has become for me well, I guess they call it, as some people would say, that's it's performance or something. I don't know if it really is always, but it's cathartic at the very least, for me, and I try to be as positive as possible. Though, see, life events come in and see. I think I try as an artist, because after all, you're an artist, and you're supposed to be. You're not a performer. Even though one would think one could or should be considered a performer, but a performer like an actor, that is in that case, in that scenario, as an actor, you are pretending to be something else, and so you're generally always, you have a face over, you're not yourself. As an artist, as a performer, one could, should, I don't know about should, but one is entitled to be as real as they possibly can, as human as they possibly can, as honest as they possibly can. And so when my dog dies, when I don't get a fucking grant, I never do, I'm going to be a little bit real about it. I'm going to be real. And maybe that's not what you want, but that's how I am. That's what I do. That is my cathartic approach. At times. Maybe I change it up. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm here every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 12 noon. I try to paint. I mostly just talk, complain. Okay, so frustrated, I guess. Frustrated because, boy, it sure would be nice to one day get like just a shitload of money for one's art making, you know, because apparently people do. Apparently, I maybe a couple of you out there received money. In fact, I know, you know, some people on Facebook and other artists I know have received monies. And I know it comes and goes. If you get that money, you're not gonna, you don't, that's not money for the rest of your life. That shit goes fast, you know. I mean, so it's not, but at least it's a nice, it has a nice feeling. It's a warm, fuzzy feeling. It gives you the, a little extra step. You know, but I guess it's just not, you know, for me, not meant to be, or, you know, I'm almost, it's in the back of my mind, this shit will never happen. It will not come my way, like ever. And you wonder, well, I guess it's because I'm too much of a fuck up in terms of my presentation, my celebration of failure, all that kind of nonsense that is perceived as nonsense, and yet it is really the crust of my engine. It is sort of my happy point. It is it keeps me going, you know. And but you know, I understand that that realm. And it's a personal battle. So it's, again, I'm not latched on to various political art manifestos. I'm not part of any kind of grouping, you know. I'm just, you know, so when I'm fighting it on my own. And yet, I believe it's a universal fight. It's a fight that we all have, these issues. But because I'm not part of any particular group, fighting for a political cause or other entities that, as a group, a club, and because I you know, not whining and dining, hanging out, lack of friends. All right, we're gonna get some painting doing here. Uh, where's the red paint? Oh, there's the red right in my face. Okay, I don't really have a determined idea of what I want to do with this painting. In fact, I feel as if I think of what I want to do in this painting is not make it look so muddy. So I'm going to try to paint out some of the mud. I don't think I'm going to get rid of all the mud, but I'm going to keep some of it or get rid of a lot of it. But there's a part of me that thinks that there's an uncertainty here that I'm not convinced I will be able to overtake or control. I'm uncertain of myself in this painting. And because of that, I don't deserve a grant. I don't deserve any money from the art world because I'm admitting my failures. I've admitted I'm in public, in consortum, the uncertainty. Don't reward uncertainty. But you could. I think you should. You should give me the money. I'll take it. I'll take the money. Okay, maybe I'll get my my shit together one day. Maybe that will be it. Maybe that will be the real thing, and then I'll die. How about that? All right, so I'm going to try to knock out some of this stuff, or not. Sort of have a need for color, more color than I had in this piece. But like I said, I want to leave some of the mud elements. But maybe I'll get rid of it all. And then I'm wondering, you know, all this thick paint underneath the painting just looks like shit. Or at least I feel like it could be looking like shit. But I'm keeping it abstract. I'm keeping it but I think I guess I want to be keep that in mind. You know, I don't know if it's through frustration, but ultimately it is. I don't mind shooting myself in the foot. You know, I think I'm entitled. I'm entitled to shoot myself in the foot as an artist. Not literally, but figuratively as a, isn't that what they say? Or do I have the wrong, is this the wrong? Saying, is that the wrong saying? What I do like about painting, okay, I was trying to say what I liked about painting. You can be frustrated or you know, try to verbalize maybe your frustration, as maybe I guess I have today, which I do every day basically. This is my cathartic run through, wake up, and of late being somewhat frustrated or you know, no reason for celebration sort of scenarios. But once you get past all that, once you say all, you know, say your piece kind of deal, and you have this painting in front of you, you know, you have this, you don't have to say nothing. You don't have to say, there's nothing, you know, it's just a visual response to what you're, you know, to what's going on. And man, that is, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, it is, regardless if I make no sense, or I show my hand, my heart, my you know, my stupidity of my own, I guess, ego, shattered ego. You know, no matter what I do in terms of voicing this stuff out, when it gets down to it, when I actually get to painting, there's nothing you have to say. You're just responding. I like that. There's a part of me that thinks that maybe I'll just only do that and stop talking, but I guess there's a part of me that still needs to talk, I guess. Maybe I'll just shut up altogether. Anyway, I like that blue. The blue, I felt like I needed blue, more blue everywhere. I haven't really figured out, I'm not really convinced I know what I'm doing with these abstract pieces. I've done them over the years, you know, off and on. And they are, they are fun, partially fun. They have some frustration elements, but I at least visually can see areas. I'm seeing areas that are bothering me, and so, you know, it's respond, react, let's fix it kind of deal. And really, wow, there's something pleasurable that is nonverbal, if you know what I'm saying, or mean. And in that sense, that is quite, and again, this is respond react. This again is not based on being any smarter than you kind of stuff. The work. That's what I think I hate about art, really. I hate art when it's about I am extra clever than you. I hate seeing art that is about that kind of stuff. Maybe I do that too, but when I see it too much, I feel we're missing something about the human spirit when I see art that is that has that kind of a presentation. It's hard to pick and choose what that is, and I think on a given day I may change what that is. As I said, I think it's clearly I clearly run in that risk of that at times also. So basically, I don't know what I'm talking about there. What is clever? What is funny? What we talked about that. What is funny in art? Which again, I guess in some ways is supposed to be clever. And in that sense, that's the outsmarting, trying to be out. Clever is generally meaning that you're out trying to outsmart people, but with a funny angle to it. And that tends to make the work have a I'm smarter than you approach that I think tends to weaken the state of the art. That is binding, whatever art that is there is possibly something. It doesn't really not imperative I finish the statement, is it? Unless you want me to finish it. I'm not I'm getting into this painting, or I'm seeing the relationships within this painting. It is endless. The possibilities, one's choices. All right, we're at 12 o'clock here today. That means our time is up for the most part. I'm going to work a little more on this painting. I kind of got started on it. And so thank you so much for being here. We will, I guess, work a little more on it. Complain. Do a little more complaining, I guess, or not. I guess it's, I definitely am not upset in the sense of that I kind of know that that's not, it's not going to happen. So, in a sense, I'm not upset, but I am upset because I guess I still have hope. I still have hope that it could happen. So I guess I am a little frustrated in that department. Obviously, I am. You think, oh, but obviously there is just so much else, so many other entities, so many other possibilities, so many more scenarios. Artist, if you will, to choose from. And in that sense, that's as much as anything the story also. But you cannot help but think that the world the art world wants nothing to do with you. There is that thought, or that you're not connected to the art world. It's really easy to feel that when there is there's no response from the other end. There is no response. So if there's no response, it's going to be a us versus them kind of mentality. It's okay. It's good to have a fight, even if it's imaginary. I think it's okay. It's okay to feel slightly against or up against an imaginary. It can be. I mean, I guess it could. At what point does something become detrimental? Those are things that you have to decipher for yourself. For me, I think it's fine to voice even ridiculous statements or perceived to be such as a way to let things out. For one, and sense, whatever sense that is made can come out of that. There could be some real truths to it. Though obviously I'm well aware that a lot of stuff that I've been rattling on is probably not the case. And having and knowing that is a great relief. Well, I guess we can continue on with this tomorrow. Kind of has a 4th of July feeling, doesn't it? It's a little too red, white, and bluish. I guess I'll maybe knock some of that out. I mean, let me get some black going on here. Let me get some black. Before we sign off, I'm going to maybe introduce some black elements, or blackish. Right now it's sort of more that helped quite a bit, actually. Why it helped? Don't ask me. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough to understand. If I was smart enough, I would have received a grant after all these years. Okay, that's it for today. I'm going to move on with my life, do something else. And I know some of you out there wish I would just go away. But that's not going to happen. I'm not going away. Not yet. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.